Balu sir.
Good morning, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Good morning,
Is
sir.
it audible?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, I can hear. No problem.
Success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. And consistent hard work leads to success. Greatness will come. A pleasant good morning to all who are pursuing your dreams with a strong desire. On this beautiful day, we welcome you all to the webinar in commemoration of National Pollution Control Day on Environment and Sustainable Development, organized by Department of Chemical Engineering, Power Engineering College, in association with Institutions Innovation Council. Prayer should not be regarded as a duty which must be performed, but rather than as a privilege to be enjoyed, a rare delight that is always revealing some new beauty. Let us start the program with a prayer song. Now I call upon Ms. Lavanya from Department of Food Technology to sing a prayer song.
ஓம்காரநாதம் நீ உண்மை பொருளும் நீ உந்தன் அருள் ஜோதியை எங்கும் ஒளி வீசவே இந்த புவியோர்க்கு அருள் செய்வாயே ஹே ராம் என்றாலும் நீ இயேசு என்றாலும் நீ எங்கள் அல்லா நீயே, உலகில் எல்லாம் நீயே, எங்கள் உள்ளத்து தெய்வம் நீயே, ஓம்காரநாதம் நீயே, உண்மை பொருளும் நீயே, உந்தன் அருள் ஜோதியே எங்கும் ஒளி வீசவே இந்த புவியோர்க்கு அருள் செய்வாயே, அறியாமை இருள் நீக்கியே அகங்கார வெறி போக்கியே, தூய அன்புதனை உள்ள பண்புதனை என்மேல் நிலைத்தோங்க செய்திடுவாய், ஓம்காரநாதம் நீயே, உண்மை பொருளும் நீயே, உந்தன் அருள் ஜோதியே எங்கும் ஒளி வீசவே இந்த புவியோர்க்கு அருள் செய்வாயே, இந்த புவியோர்க்கு அருள் செய்வாயே, இந்த புவியோர்க்கு அருள் செய்வாயே.
Thank you, sister. Welcoming is a sweet gesture with a smile, a spirit of giving, a sense of humanity, and a pledge to spread peace and happiness. I request Gokul from the second year Department of Chemical Engineering to present the welcome address.
Happy morning to one and all gathered here. It gives me an immense pleasure to take this wonderful opportunity to welcome you all to this webinar on commemoration of National Pollution Control Day on Environmental and Sustainable Development conducted by the Department of Chemical Engineering and Institution of Innovation Council, Power Engineering College. I am cordially welcome our Principal of Power Engineering College, Dr. M. Prem Kumar sir. I welcome you, sir. I happily welcome our Vice President of IIC Power Engineering College, Dr. K. Sundaramurthy sir. I welcome you, sir. Next, I would like to welcome the organizer of this event and head of the Department of Chemical Engineering, Mr. R. Balasubramaniam sir. I welcome you, sir. I would like to welcome our convener, Dr. R. Moganapriya ma'am. I welcome you, ma'am, and co-convener of Dr. K. Kobi sir. I welcome you, sir. I am honored to welcome the speaker of the day, R. Sridhar, Assistant Engineer, Tamil Nadu Pollution Control, Chennai. I heartfully welcome you, sir. I would like to welcome all the faculty members and students. Last but not the least, I would like to welcome all the participants who are all important for this event. I hope the program gonna be very grateful and useful. Thank you all.
Thank you, brother, for your warm welcome. Respected dignitaries, faculty staffs, and my dear students, a very good morning to all. It gives me a great pleasure to introduce the guest speaker of this webinar, R. Sridhar, Assistant Engineer, Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board, Chennai. He has completed his M.Tech degree in Chemical Engineering at Kongu Engineering College, Perundurai. He has completed his PhD during the year of 2013. He had worked as a lecturer in Biotechnology Department at KSR College of Technology, Trichandur, during the year of 2005 to 2006. He had worked as a senior lecturer in Chemical Engineering Department at Kongu Engineering College, Perundurai, from the year 2006 to 2012. Now he is working as Assistant Engineer in Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board, Chennai. He has published around 10 papers in national and international journals and conferences. Now, I request our chief guest to take over the session.
Yeah. Good morning to all. First of all, thank Mr. Balasubramaniam, HOD, Department of Chemical Engineering, and also the institution for our engineering college to provide an opportunity to share some views about environmental protection and sustainable development. Then really I'm very happy to hear to say some points regarding this, because now I think everyone knows that I am working as assistant engineer in Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board. So our aim is to protect our environment as much as possible. So even though we can't achieve the 100% of protection, but we have to give something to the society as a clear environment. That's our motive or our vision, actually our board vision. towards we are moving. Nowadays, we are moving to the green technologies and all. So nowadays, we are insisting most of the industries to switch over the fuels as a green fuel instead of fossil fuels like coal, some things. So that's why we are enforcing the industries nowadays, and also the MOF providing more hacked and rules and the notifications to bring our environment as a more sustainable. That's the things. So these are things. Is it viewable? Yeah, is it viewable?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Immediately.
Yeah. First things, we can see the environment. So what is environment? How we are defining this one? So environment can be defined as a sum total of all living and non-living elements and their effects that influence human life. While all living or biotic elements are animal, plants, forest, fisheries, and birds, non-living or abiotic elements including water, land, sunlight, rocks, and air. So environment with the combination of all those things is the environment. So it's a total which has help us to live in the global. Okay. So environmental protection. What is environmental protection? Environmental protection is a practice of protecting the natural environment or individual, organizational, or government level for the benefit of both the natural environment and humans. So if you want to, why we are talking about the environmental protection? Because nowadays we know that the scientific and technological development, we are very fast in the scientific technological development, and also uncontrolled economic and social cultural activities and sustainable exploration and usage of natural resources. So due to this unavoidable growth and unavoidable development of the technology and the usage of the resources, normally we are polluting the environment. So we have to protect that environment in future. That's why we can able to live in the globe. Otherwise, we can face a lot of difficulties in the globe. Suppose if you not protect this one. That's why we can think of it have contributed to serve environmental degradation and the spread of pollution which poses threats to humans and natural habitation. I hope you will agree with me that everybody wants to live in a safe world because we need a fresh air every day to breathe, consume clean water, enjoy the view of the blue sky, etc. So these are the things normally human mostly like to live in the safe world. I think that the God has given us the world that is beautiful, unique, and wonderful. What makes our world beautiful? That's a blue sky, various plants and flowers, sea, etc. What makes our world unique? Various mammals, birds, and insect animals. Similarly, for wonderful means the blue ocean, waterfalls, high mountains. So these are the things normally now if the pollutant increase in the atmosphere, so normally it affects this kind of beautiful, unique, and wonderful. But our world is in danger nowadays due to the environmental degradation. The one is pollution, another one is degradation of natural resources, then biodiversity loss, then management of fresh water and solid waste. Pollution. Normally, there is several type of pollutions. One is air pollution, another one is water pollution, soil pollution, and solid pollution, then noise pollution. All kinds of pollution causes acid rains, death of animals, plants, and even people. So, what is air pollution?
Sridhar,
Air
1 second,
pollution.
slide is not moving, I think so.
Slide is not.
Yeah. First slide layer.
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்லைட்ல இருக்குங்களா? Yeah. Sir, is it viewable?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, now slide is moving. Okay.
Yeah. So can I repeat or shall I go? So again, I repeat, that is what is environment. Environment can be defined as a sum total of all the living and non-living elements and their effects that influence human life. That is an environment. While all living or biotic elements are animals, plants, forests, fishes, and birds. Non-living are abiotic elements including water, land, sunlight, rocks, and air. Environmental protection. What is meant by environmental protection? Environmental protection is a practice of protecting the natural environment on individual, organizational, or governmental levels for the benefit of both the natural environment and humans. So joined together, only we can able to protect the environment. So why we are talking about the environment? That is a protection of environment, because nowadays the development of more scientific and technological development, uncontrolled economic and social cultural activities, unsustainable exploration and usage of natural resources. So by considering these are the factors, normally we are moving towards the environmental protection. Because day by day, based on our sophistication life, only we are utilizing all those resources which is available in the world. Have contributed to serve environmental degradation? That's my questions. Always it's in front of us. And the spread of pollution with poses threats to humans and natural habitations. I hope you will agree with me that everybody wants to live in a safe world, because we have to breathe fresh air every day. Then we have to consume clean water. It's good for our health. Then enjoying the view of blue sky for our relaxation, like that. But God has given us the world that it's a very beautiful, unique, and wonderful. What makes our world beautiful? That means we can see blue sky, various plants and flowers, then sea, etc. Similarly, for unique means so various mammals, birds, and insects, then animals. Similarly, wonderful, it's a blue ocean, waterfalls, and high mountains. But our world is in danger nowadays due to the environmental degradation. That is pollution, degradation of natural resources, biodiversity loss, the management of fresh water and solid waste. So what is pollution? What type of the pollution? That is the 5 classification of the pollution. That is, one is air pollution, then water pollution, soil pollution, solid pollution, and noise pollution. The air pollution occurs from the industrial emissions. Then similarly, for discharge of water pollution occurs, maybe discharge of effluent from industries and sewage. That's a domestic. Then soil pollution may be based on the elements and organic and inorganic compounds. Then solid pollution means it's a hazardous waste. Mainly, the waste are generated from the industry are carrying out. That cycle creates the noise pollution. All kind of pollution, mainly it's a cause acid rains, death of animals, plants, and every people, plants and even people. What is air pollution? Air pollution is the introduction of chemicals, particulate matter, or biological materials that cause harm or discomfort to humans or other living organisms, or cause damage to the natural environment or built environment into the atmosphere. That is an air pollution. Major air pollutants include sulfur oxides, nitrogen oxides, carbon monoxides, carbon dioxide, which is also a major greenhouse gas. That is a toxic metals and particulate matter. So normally in our norms, normally we are called about the sulfur oxide, which we are calling SOx or NOx like that, or some kind of carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide like that. So normally the PCB is have some tolerance limit. That is the limit can be every day we are monitoring the industries whether the industry is achieving that limit or not. If the limit is exceeding, normally we are taking some action against that industries who are polluting the environment. These are the particular matters. Based on these particular matters only we can identify the quality of the air. And also nowadays the pollution control board had fixed the CACM station in each and every district to find out the quality of the air. So not the air pollution, not only from the industries, it's from maybe domestic as well as the truck movements or everyday day-to-day our life activities also. So do you know that the World Health Organization states that 2.4 million people die each year from causes directly attributable to air pollution. Worldwide, more deaths per year are linked to the air pollution than to automobile accidents. Source of air pollution. One is the smoke from power plants, factories, incinerators, then furnaces, etc. Then exhaust of vehicles and automobiles like car, bus, bikes, aeroplanes and ships, etc. Then chemicals like pesticides and fertilizers and dust from farming and other agricultural practices. Fumes from paint, hairspray, varnish, aerosol sprays and other solvents. Waste deposition in landfills which generates methane, which also contributes to global warming. Methane emitted by the digestion of food by animals, for example cattle. Smoke, particulate matter and carbon monoxide from wildfires. So these are the major source which cause the air pollution. Then what is water pollution? Water pollution is the contamination of water bodies, example lakes, rivers, ozones and groundwater by pollutants discharged directly or indirectly into water bodies without adequate treatment to remove harmful compounds. Major source of water pollution includes industrial chemicals and effluents, nutrients, wastewater, sewage, etc. Then source of water pollution, one is discharge from sewage from cities and towns into water bodies. Then industrial effluents released by factories into water bodies. Chemicals like pesticides and fertilizers from agricultural farms which constitute runoff from farms. Contaminated storm water from storm water, that is contamination of storm water from drains in cities. Release of heated or radioactive water by power plants into water. Oil spills and leakages from tankers and oil rigs. Growth of algae in water bodies. So these are the major sources which affect the water pollution, which cause the water pollution. Then noise pollution. Noise pollution is an excessive and displacing environmental noise that disrupts the activity or balance of human or animal life. Major source of noise pollution include vehicular traffic like cars, buses, airplanes, trains, etc. Industrial processes like stone crushing, making of steel plates, sawing, printing, etc. Construction work on roads, bridges, buildings, etc. Then various noises from houses like stereos, televisions, then consumer products like air conditioner, refrigerator, etc. So these are things are the major source which cause the noise pollution. Then is soil degradation. Another one is soil degradation refers to an undesirable or deleterious change or disturbance in the quality of the soil. It leads to a change in the species of plants and animals in an area, and often leads to a loss of quality and productivity of the soil in an area. The soil loses its natural nutrients, minerals, and organic matter, because the soil contains mainly more nutrients, minerals, and organic matter. So while you're polluting the soil, which lost everything, known as that is, and it disrupts the natural balance of the natural ecosystem. The soil hence becomes unfit or unsuitable for growth plants and crops. The major causes of soil degradation include excessive use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides, because nowadays we are using more fertilizer and pesticides for growth of plants instead of natural pesticides and fertilizers, which causes soil acidification, increases salinity and alkalinity of the soil, reduces organic matter, and increases levels of organic pollutants and toxins and heavy metals. Waterlogging caused by excessive irrigation and failure to subsequently drain the water from the fields causes an increase in salt content of the soil, making it unfit for growing plants, as well as serves as a breeding ground for mosquitoes. Do you know, damage from soil erosion worldwide is estimated to be $400 billion per year, around rupees 20 lakhs crores per year. As a result of erosion over the past 40 years, 30% of the world arable land has become unproductive. Then habitat degradation. Then habitat degradation refers to the process in which habitats lose their normal functioning or quality to support native life due to human activities. Habitat degradation leads to a reduced carrying capacity of that area, that is the number of animals or plants of a particular species the area can support. This leads to a reduced population of various species in that area, which in turn leads to an imbalance in the natural food chain and ecosystem. This imbalance can lead to the mass existence of many plants and animals on our planet. Major causes of habitat degradation: deforestation and wood extraction for the timber industry, conversion of forest land into agricultural land, urban expansion of natural habitats, soil erosion and desertification, which can lead to whole forest degenerating into deserts. Slashing or slash and burn agricultural methods, where forests are burnt and crops grown using the ashes as a natural fertilizer. Do you know, if your current rate of deforestation continues, there will only be 10% of the world tropical forest left by 2030, and another 10% in a degraded state. The depletion of resources. Resources depletion is an economic term referring to the exhaustion of raw material in an area or region. Resource depletion is mostly commonly used in reference to farming, fishing, and mining and mining. Today's economy is largely based on fossil fuels, minerals, and oil. The value of these resources has increased over time as demand for them has increased rapidly, while at the same time the supplies of these resources have decreased considerably due to over-exploitation. Many resources which are so essential in our lives, example petroleum, natural gas, coal, uranium-235 and gold, are becoming increasingly difficult to find. These reserves of many natural resources have been diminishing rapidly in the last 100 to 150 years as the human population has been increasing significantly, and hence the demand for the resources has been increasing. Then management of fresh water and solid waste. In India, availability of fresh and clean water is very low. Nearly 70% of the water in India is polluted. Only we are having 30% for all the purpose. There is also lack of planning and management of solid waste. Garbage is not properly collected, and in some places the garbage is dumped in open area or into landfill, which is not only visible ugly but also cause diseases. So these are the major sources which affect the human life. So causes or factors of environmental degradation. So one is high growth rate of population. Another one is increasing urbanization, then rapid industrialization, the increase in pollution, increase in use of insecticides, pesticides and fertilizers, massive overuse and misuse of environmental resources. So these are the major factors for environmental degradation. We now realize that environmental protection is so very important to protect damage to our world. We can do many things to prevent damage to the environment, or otherwise over a period of time we don't have any. It's a bit difficult to find out the good environment in the world. How we can protect our environment? That means measures to control environmental degradation. So one is population control, another one is pollution control, creating awareness among masses, management of solid waste, and developing urban areas, suitable pattern of economic growth, and adopting sustainable development. So these are the points. Normally these are the measures to control the environmental degradation. So here we have seen that is how the environmental situation now, and also what is the major pollutants and what is the major source which cause the environmental degradation, and also major source which cause the pollutions and all. So if we have to manage this degradation or whatever it may be. So we have seen the several control measures, and one of the control measures is the sustainable development. What is sustainable development? The careful usage of the limited resources available to human beings, which is now being advocated as an essential solution to the worldwide environmental crisis, that our very existence is also referred to as sustainable development. Sustainable means resources intact, whereas development, it's a rise of income. Sustainable development is a pattern of resource use that aims to meet human needs while preserving the environment, so that these needs can be met not only in the present but also for generation to come. That is sustainability, that is environmental sustainability. How we can achieve the sustainability to get in a good environment or to avoid the global warming. So one is the tree plantation. We have to plant more trees, because we know that the tree which takes the carbon recycling systems, that way it is absorb the carbon monoxide and the carbon dioxide and emits the oxygen. So another is paper saving. Then energy conservation. Now we are moving to green energy conservation. Then renewable energy. So now the government is enforcing, the MOF enforcing most of the industries to adopt the renewable energy systems in the plant instead of using the regular power systems. Then water conservation, and also the government is enforcing most of the industries to recycle the waters instead of consuming the fresh waters. Then waste management. There's a management of hazardous waste and non-hazardous waste and all. Then futures of sustainable development. the sustained rise in per capita income and economic welfare, ability of future generations to meet their needs, the rational use of environmental resources and control of pollution. These are the futures of sustainable development. Then steps and strategies for sustainable development, limiting the human population to a level within the carrying capacity of the environment. That technological progress should be input efficient and not input consuming. That renewable resources should be extracted on a sustainable basis. That is, rate of extraction should not exceed rate of regeneration. For non-renewable resources, rate of depletion should not exceed the rate of creation of renewable substitutes. Inefficiency arising from pollution should be corrected. Then possibly strategies to achieve the sustainable development in India, the use of non-conventional resources of energy, encouraging use of cleaner fuels, solar power through photovoltaic cells, setting mini hydel plants, then traditional knowledge and practices, biocomposting, biopest control, organic farming. So these are the strategies normally we have to use to achieve sustainable development. Other measures, recycling the waste into compost and manure and creating awareness among masses about rational use of environmental resources. Both producers and consumers should be conscious to the environment friendly. So these are the strategies normally we have to follow in the things. We have to maintain the sustainability of the environment. So that I have covered some of the points in the aspects. So if you have any doubts, you can ask. I can brief your doubts.
Students, now you can ask your clarification.
Thank you, sir,
Yeah.
for your admirable words and precious time with us. Any queries from the participants?
Yeah, you can ask any questions regarding the pollution or maybe the hacks and rules or maybe any kind of the sustainable development or what are the strategies now government is taking to control the pollution and all things.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can explain the students how the company has to be ready. So with respect to any, so whenever you are going for visit or audit, so what you expect from the company people
Yeah.
with respect to pollution?
Actually, Pollution Control Board is an agency which enforcing the act and rules framed by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and the CPCB, that is Central Pollution Control Board. It's an autonomous body. Normally, we are monitoring the industries. Not only the industries, we are monitoring local bodies and governmental activities, everything.
Sir, kindly unmute and speak, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah. Pollution Control Board is it's an autonomous body. It's an autonomous body under CPCB. So we are not only monitoring the industries, and also we are enforcing the acts and rules and other regulations framed by the Ministry of Environment and Forest and Central Pollution Control Board. Board have responsible. Normally, board has more responsible to protect the environment and also to protect the human life. We need industrialization because more industry only provide more job like and all, but the important is to prevention of the pollution. So normally we are enforcing several acts and rules. So one is Water Act, another one is Hair Act, then Environmental Protection Act. That Environmental Protection Act contains several rules. One is hazardous waste management rule, then biomedical waste management rule, then plastic waste management rule, then battery waste management rule, then e-waste, and also solid waste management rule. So pollution control have more responsible to monitor the industries with aspects by considering these acts and rules. So whenever we are visiting the industries, normally we are verifying the process first. So what is the nature of the process? What are the raw material which involved in that process to get an required products? What kind of machineries they are using? And also we are analyzing where the effluent is generating, possibilities, the sources of generation of effluent, and also sources of emission. Then we are verifying whether they have adopted any control systems. There is a pollution control mechanisms for treating wastewater and also to control the air pollutions. Now in our Chennai office, normally we are having Care Air Center, that is continuous ambient air quality monitoring station. We are monitoring all the industrial stacks emissions by sitting in a single place through networking systems. Okay. All the sensors now we are enforced the industries to insert the sensors in their stacks to sense the SOx, that is the sulfur dioxide, many kind of sulfur oxides, nitrogen oxides, SOx, NOx, then ppm, then SPM, like that. So these are things. So we can't visit just like, so we have to visit the industries, and also we are guiding the industries to move through the green environment. And also we are analyzing the wastewater treatment systems, and also we are verifying the adequacy of the treatment systems, the functionality of the compounds, everything. So board every month we are collecting the samples and analyze, and based on the sample results, we are taking action against industry. Suppose if they are not operating well, similarly for air analysis, like that. So these are things. And also we are in the process aspects, that is a water pollution, air pollution, and also we are checking the noise pollution. Now just you can see simply we can see many generators in our places. Normally it is in open. Normally now we are enforcing the acoustic gensets. Acoustic control the noise. Okay, suppose if there is no in acoustic, normally creates more noise. Whether the PCB has prescribed the noise level in various locations. If it is in a residential location, normally the allowable permissible limit is only 55 during the daytime. Whereas nighttime it is a 45 decibel. If it is in a commercial or if it is in a thing, it's not allowable up to 60 decibel. If it is an industrial area, allowable up to 80 decibel. So these are the strategies normally we are following the things. Similarly, the solid waste management also we are verifying while visiting the industries. Maybe industry can generate hazardous waste. Then we can see how they are storing the hazardous waste, whether it is stored in impervious platforms. Otherwise, what happens if it's stored in the open place? So normally during the rainy season, it leaks out, which affects the soil and water bodies. That's why we are verifying. And also the proper disposal aspects and also proper management. Similarly for like things, that is what kind of now most of the industries are trying to reuse the waste. If you go through the cement factory, I think we know that as a chemical engineer, we know that they are using the cement kiln in that process. The temperature is more than 1200 degrees centigrade. So normally the sludge which is generated from the wastewater, that is maybe ETP sludge, now they are adopting in the cement kiln as a co-processing. Because it contains more limes, no. So percentage of it has some percentage of lime that can be adopted in the cement kiln. So finally, there is no any slags there. Everything is burned. So that's a reduce. That is our main aim is nowadays we are focusing reuse. Reduce and reuse. That's the strategies we are following. There is a recycle systems. These are things. So we have many parameters to monitor the industries. So we are comparing whenever we are visiting, we are comparing their emission pollutants level with the standards, because CPCB provide the standards based on the type of industries. If it is a cement industry, we have one set of standards. If you go for the pharmaceutical industry, we have another set of standards. Thermal power plant means we have another set of standards. Based on the plans, the CPCB prescribed various standards. Whenever we are visiting the industries, normally we are comparing the parameters with the standards. If it is not below standards, there is no problem. If it is above standards, we are enforcing the industries to reduce that reduce the pollutants. Now, the MOF concentrating more on the air quality, not only based on industrial aspects. So we are monitoring the city air quality also. So each district we are having separate station, that is CACM stations, continuous ambient air quality station, which measures the city air quality. So what is the pollutant levels, everything. So we are monitoring like this. Now we are enforcing most of all the industries to go through the green fuels. Now we know that most of the furnace, so the melting furnace which consumes either diesel or fossil fuels, that is fossil fuels to melt the metal. So instead of fossil fuels or diesel, now we are enforcing the natural gas. That is 100% of natural gas, because natural gas does not have any sulfur content, whereas fossil fuel contains 7% of the sulfur content. You can think of it. If it is burned, finally it generates sulfur dioxide. It's the 1 liter which that's it's a 7%. How much quantity of fuel we are using every day in the furnace? The same, it's a 7%. That means the emission is a 7%, like that. So that's why we are adopting now. It's a natural gas systems, and also previously the government permits the disposal of solid waste into landfill systems. Now we are not allowing the landfill or any industries to dispose the hazardous waste. As much as possible, we are recovering or regenerating the resource from that solid waste. If it is not possible, then only we are allowing to dispose as landfill. Because if I think about it, so another couple of years, we don't have find the lands for landfills. That's the thing. So such kind of things normally, such kind of activities normally we are carrying every day in our inspection. So not preserving, also we are monitoring the local bodies, how they are doing the solid waste management, because you know the generation of solid waste is huge. It's a very high quantity. which leads the air pollution, which leads the water pollution and the soil pollution. So most of the local bodies you can visit, they are dumping as simply, or they can burn without providing any treatment systems. Now the board is, also the government is taking steps to do the solid waste management nowadays, and also we are having, that is Tamil Nadu having 10 facility for treatment of biomedical waste. Biomedical waste is a more hazardous than the other hazardous, compared with other hazardous, because it's a micro basis. So we are, Tamil Nadu is having 10 biomedical treatment facilities. So every day that facility is collecting the waste from healthcare facilities and then other clinics. So finally they are disposing like that. So we have certain monitoring systems, and also now we are planning. Now the board is planning to set up an studio system basis to monitor all the activities in a single place. That's the things now it's going. Yeah, these are activities. So any more questions? So as a chemical engineer, normally we are having more responsible in the protection of environment. Any question?
Students, if there are any other queries, we can go, or otherwise we'll go for vote of time.
Sir, what is the disadvantages of 5G?
Hello, repeat the question.
Disadvantages of 5G.
Yeah, it's it's a radioactive, things which cause human health. Normally, based on our sophistications or our requirement, normally we increasing the things now. It's a simple example. If you have it internet through the cable, there is no any damage. If you have a wireless systems, which cause the environment damage more. Also, we can see whenever you are using the browsing systems through the cable, the speed is high, wherein airway system, the speed is very low due to more things on that. It's a radioactive basis only. So that's the things. Barely, whenever we are based on the sophisticated, we are increasing 1G, 2G, 3G. For our convenient only, we are increasing that one to get in a more speed or more sophisticated, but which affects the environment normally. but I don't have much idea about that the 5G systems, because that's based on the air communication systems. But we don't have any act or rules to control that one, because PCB mainly based on the industrial aspects and the solid waste based, whereas the telecommunication department only looking at that matter, and also they have to see the prevention of that one. This affects the human health little bit. Other things.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir,
Yeah. சொல்லுங்க. Yes.
Sir, why was December 2 was the National Pollution Day, sir?
National
Pollution Day, sir. December.
No. It's not only the National Day. Yeah. Normally, that is now. So normally we have World Environment Day or like Greenhouse Day, like that. So we are celebrating many days. So everything is the day which we are having to create an awareness among the peoples to protect the environment. It's a thing. But every day has a history. But at present, I don't know when it was started, because I have not seen that one. You can. So based on the day only, we are creating awareness among the peoples. So just things. So whenever they are creating any days or whatever, maybe based on the council, that's a World Council only they are creating some kinds. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so there are no questions, so we can go for vote of thanks. Sir, my personal thanks to you.
Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, it's audible.
Sir, I have a question about plastic, sir. What is the procedure to completely skip plastic from our day-to-day lifestyle, sir?
Actually, it is very difficult to wind up 100% plastics. Now, government is taking many steps. It's very difficult to wind up 100% plastics.
Okay, sir.
Because see, based on the cost, the economic aspects only, the people are moving the plastics. If you take in a cloth bags or whatever another alternate source, the manufacturing cost is high than the plastic manufacturing cost, because plastic raw material is the granules.
Yes, sir.
It's very cheaper than the other materials, because it's a byproduct. It's a byproducts of the petroleum So in India, the Reliance is a major body which supply the more granules, plastic granules. Making is very easy. The government also taking many steps or several steps to overcome the plastic usage. So unless we don't have an awareness, the people has to know, everyone should know it's a danger to the environment. So we have to adapt ourselves. We can able to eliminate that.
Okay, sir.
That's the
Thank
thing.
you, sir.
Now the Tamil Nadu government also making awareness of Manjapai campaign. So the things central government also introduced the time bound. That's another maybe a couple of years. So we have to eliminate the carry bags, the complete usage. That's things now it's going on every day. Also now most of the investors are trying to invest in the degradable systems. So the plastic alternative. So I think we have a website, Plastic Pollution Free Tamil Nadu. You visit that website, we can see what is the banned items, what is the item which caused our environment damage, or caused our environment, and also what are the alternate ways for that things. But the mass production is less. That's why the cost is nowadays is high. If the mass production is more, the cost becomes less. Have you visited any plastic industry? Any of you? Because it's our simple machines or chinna machines like we can use that, we can operate the machines even in our households. Okay, we have to feed the raw material in one end, so normally it's melt, it's a melted, finally it gets in a products. That's all. So the raw material is very cheap. That's why it's an economical aspect. So because he's giving free of cost now. So whenever you're buying any product in shops or wherever it may be, they are giving freely. So on the cost தான் கொடுக்க முடியும். So we can't, if they adopt any cloth bags or whatever it may be, some kind of eco-friendly items, so they have to spend more. So அதுக்காக தான் அவங்க plastics இருக்கு. But we have to the government is taking many steps to overcome that one. Now many industries have come forward to manufacturing the eco-friendly products. If you go to the Pollachi area, we can find more coir-based industries. Coir-based. தேங்காய் நார்ல இருந்து அவங்க அந்த maybe mats, some kind of brush or இதெல்லாமே பண்றாங்க இப்போ. இப்போ நம்ம சில ப்ரஷ்லாம் நம்ம பிளாஸ்டிக்ஸில் இருக்குது, சில ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ்லாம் பிளாஸ்டிக்ஸில் இருக்குது. அதெல்லாம் காயர் பேஸ் பண்ணி என்ன ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ்லாம் பண்ண முடியுமோ they are doing such kind of products. Now the one more industry is there, that is a Chinese based industries. It's a very huge production. They are making mass production nowadays. So in future maybe we can tolerate that level, the avoiding of plastics.
MC team, can we propose vote of thanks?
As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not utter words, but to live by them. Now, I would like to call upon Visalachi from 3rd year, Department of Chemical Engineering, to give her vote of thanks.
I wish to express my gratitude to our chief guest, R. Siddharth sir, for your valuable time with us. Next, I would like to thank our principal sir for giving this great opportunity to conduct this event. I would like to extend my gratitude to Vice Principal of IIC, Dr. Sundaramurthy sir. I would like to express my gratitude to the head of the department, Dr. Balasubramanian sir. And also I would like to thank our convener, Dr. Mohanapriya ma'am, and co-convener, Dr. Gobi sir. My deep sense of appreciation to the faculty members. Last but not least, I thank all the participants for their presence and patience. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sridhar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.